If you've ever been told to just relax when you're anxious, then you already know how unhelpful that advice can be. As a therapist, one of the most common things I hear is, I don't understand why I feel this way. Nothing terrible is happening, but I still feel anxious all the time. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today, because anxiety is often misunderstood. My name's Rick Cardwell. I'm a psychodynamic therapist, a counsellor, and this is a short video on anxiety and things that you need to know with some tips as well. Now, many people think anxiety is a weakness and often think it's about overthinking. Some believe it's simply a lack of confidence. But anxiety is actually something much more human than that. At its core is your brain trying to protect you. The problem is that sometimes your protection system becomes overactive. Imagine having a smoke alarm that goes off every time you make toast. The alarm isn't broken, it's trying to keep you safe, but it's become too sensitive. This is often what anxiety looks like. Your mind begins scanning for danger even when no immediate danger exists. You start worrying about conversations that haven't yet happened. You imagine worst case scenarios, you replay mistakes from the past, and you struggle to switch off. You feel tense, restless, or exhausted, and over time, many people begin blaming themselves for these experiences. But here's something important to understand. Anxiety is not a character flaw. It's a nervous system response. Many of the people I work with are intelligent, capable, caring individuals. In fact, some of the most anxious people are often the most conscientious. They care deeply, they think ahead, they want to do things well. The qualities that help them succeed can sometimes become amplified into worry and self-pressure. Another thing I often explain to clients is that anxiety rarely stays in your thoughts alone. It lives in your body too. You might notice a racing heart, tight shoulders, a knot in your stomach, difficulty sleeping, feeling constantly on edge. Many people become frightened by these sensations and start monitoring themselves closely. Why is my heart beating so fast? What's wrong with me? Now, the more attention goes onto the symptoms, the more alarming they can feel, and then the cycle continues. This is one reason anxiety can become so persistent. The fear of anxiety itself becomes part of the anxiety. And one of the biggest turning points in therapy is when people stop seeing anxiety as the enemy that they must defeat. Instead, they begin to understand it. When we understand something, it becomes less frightening. Think about a child hearing a strange noise in the dark. Their imagination might tell them it's something dangerous. But when they switch on the light, they discover it's simply the wind outside. Their nervous system settles. Understanding creates safety. The same principle applies to anxiety. Now, that doesn't mean anxiety disappears overnight. Healing is rarely about eliminating every anxious feeling. It's about developing a different relationship with those feelings. Instead of thinking, I must get rid of this immediately, you begin to think, my body is anxious right now and I can handle that. That shift may sound small, but it's powerful, because anxiety thrives on resistance and fear. The more we panic about feeling anxious, the stronger the cycle becomes. Another important point is that anxiety often has a story behind it. For some people, anxiety develops after difficult life experiences. For others, it grows from years of pressure, perfectionism, criticism, uncertainty, or feeling responsible for everyone around them. This is why therapy isn't just about managing symptoms. It's also about understanding where those patterns came from. When people understand their own story, they often become much more compassionate towards themselves. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" they start asking, "What happened to me?" Or, "What experiences taught me to stay on high alert?" Those questions open the door to real healing, and healing doesn't mean becoming fearless, it means learning that fear doesn't have to run your life. I've worked with many people who believe they would always be trapped by anxiety. People who avoided situations, people who doubted themselves constantly. People who felt exhausted from carrying invisible worry every day. And I've seen those same people build confidence, develop resilience, and regain a sense of freedom, not because they became perfect, not because life became stress-free, but because they learned new ways of relating to themselves and their emotions. If you're struggling with anxiety right now, I want you to remember this. You are not your anxiety. Anxiety is something you experience. It's not who you are. And with understanding, support, and the right tools, things can improve. So thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, consider following for more videos on anxiety, stress, trauma, relationships and emotional well-being. And remember, seek help because it isn't a sign of weakness. It's often the first sign of healing. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please message me. If you're considering professional counselling or therapy or work, then drop me a line. We can arrange a free strategy call and find out the best way forward for yourself. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.